Today, guys, we're going to be looking at the sweatiest Fortnite skin of each season. We're going to be working our way through from Chapter 1, Season 1, all the way up to today in Chapter 5, Season 1. So make sure you guys watch this entire video, and before we get started, make sure to let me know in the comments down below what your favorite skin is. If you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure to go down, hit the like button and the subscribe button as well. But let's get straight into it, and we're starting off with the Renegade Raider. This by far was the best skin that we got in Chapter 1, Season 1. Not only is it one of the rarest skins of all time, but it is still quite tryhard today, which I honestly feel like just makes it even better. We have had so many Renegade Raider remakes as well, which just shows you guys how popular this skin actually was. Even though a lot of people don't own it, it is one of the most wanted Fortnite skins in the history of the game, and for that reason, it has been so iconic. Fortnite did actually add in a second edit style of this a few seasons later, which just made it even better. A lot of people really wanted Fortnite to add the Renegade Raider back to the game as well, but I'm so glad they didn't, because this is now one of the best skins in the game and one of the rarest ones of all time. This is never going to return to the game again because it was part of the seasonal shop during Chapter 1 Season 1. This was sort of like an unofficial battle pass before Fortnite had a concept of the battle pass, but as we moved into Chapter 1 Season 2, we actually did get the first ever battle pass, and the best skin during that season had to be the Black Knight. This was available at tier 70 in Chapter 1 Season 2. Obviously, back then, the battle passes only went up to tier 70, so this was the top tier skin. So this actually was the highest unlockable skin. I think it was really clean. We had a few different knight skins added to the game that season. We obviously had the Rogue Squire, which was also quite popular, and the Red Knight did get added to the item shop, but in my opinion, nothing competes with the Black Knight. It is one of the most iconic skins of all time. I feel like all of these skins that were added to the game back during the OG seasons are just so iconic, and a lot of people wish they did actually end up getting them. But if you are like me and didn't want to spend money on Fortnite back during the early days, then this is one skin that you really wish you could have gotten. Let's move on, guys, to Chapter 1 Season 3, and the sweatiest skin has to be the Reaper. I feel like during this season was really when the sweaty skins started to become a lot more mainstream, and a lot of people started to buy skins based on how tryhard they actually were. The Reaper was by far the most tryhard one added to the game this season, though. It was also again in the Battle Pass, and I feel like during these early seasons, a lot of the Battle Pass skins ended up becoming the best skins because so many people bought the Battle Pass. The Reaper was actually the first ever tier 100 skin that we had in the game. I feel like this was such an iconic skin. It was sort of like an unofficial John Wick skin as well before we even had collab items in Fortnite, so everyone knew this was like an unofficial John Wick skin, and that just made it even cooler. We had so many other amazing skins and pickaxes added to the game in this Battle Pass as well, so even if you don't like the way the Reaper skin looks, you have to appreciate how good this Battle Pass was for only 950 V-Bucks. Obviously, these are never going to be available again because they are part of the Battle Passes, and the same goes for our next skin as well, which is Omega. This was the sweatiest skin in Chapter 1 Season 4, even though this probably isn't considered a tryhard skin today. I feel like during the early seasons of Fortnite, we saw a lot of people using the male skins as well. Now in Fortnite, though, a lot of people end up preferring to use the female skins, but the male skins did actually become quite popular during Chapter 1. I feel like Omega was definitely one of the best skins in the game at the time. Again, it was the tier 100 skin, so it was a really difficult skin to actually unlock, and if you grinded out this season before anyone else, then you had to flex on them that you unlocked a skin that no one else really owned. This actually became really rare as well because you could unlock more additional styles for it. These hadn't really been done before in Fortnite, especially in a Battle Pass. We didn't really have skins with edit styles on them, so when Omega was added to the game, it sort of revolutionized skins, and they've really only gotten better from here. I feel like this was a really cool skin. We also got Omega Rock added to the game in Season OG, which is a little bit of a flashback to how good this skin actually was. But we haven't really talked about an item shop skin for a while though, so let's move on, guys, to Chapter 1 Season 5, and we have Wildcard. There is no doubt that this was the sweatiest skin added to the game this season. There were a bunch of other really cool skins added to the game in Chapter 1 Season 5 as well. We had skins like Dynamo added to the game this season, but Wildcard is still the best. It is one of the most expensive item shop skins in the game though, coming in at 2,000 V-Bucks. We don't really see too many skins being more expensive than this in the game, but I still had to include it on the list. This is actually added to the game with the limited time game mode, which was known as the heist game mode, which was really clean. I feel like this skin fitted that game mode perfectly, but now it does just feature in the item shop all the time. And even though we don't see that many people using it in Chapter 5, I just had to include include it on the list. Another skin that we don't really see too many people using in Chapter 5 though has to be the Dark Bomber. This is by far the sweatiest skin that was added to the game in Chapter 1 Season 6. This was sort of the introduction of the dark rarity in Fortnite as well. We never really saw too many people using the dark themed skins that were in the game up until this point, but the Dark Bomber really changed that. This was one of the first skins that looked so sick. It was also one of the first reskins that we had in the game as well, because this was pretty much a remix of the Bright Bomber that was added in Chapter 1 Season 1. I am honestly still a huge fan of this. I feel like if Fortnite did add some edit styles for it, then it would become a lot better today, but since they haven't added in an edit style since Chapter 1 Season 6, it doesn't look like one is going to be added anytime soon. One Fortnite skin that actually did get some edit styles though is the Sparkplug skin. This is by far the sweatiest skin from Chapter 1 Season 7. I feel like during Chapter 1 we had a bunch of amazing skins added to the game, and then there just weren't that many amazing skins added in Season 7. It is also really interesting to note as well that during the early seasons, all the Battle Pass skins were the more popular and tryhard ones, but as we move throughout the seasons, it seems like the item shop skins do end up becoming more tryhard. I don't really know why that is. This was also around the time where we had a Fortnite World Cup being announced. There were a lot of tournaments being played as well. We saw a lot of pros and streamers becoming extremely popular in a short period of time just because of how good they were at the game. And obviously when Fortnite players see other pros and streamers using skins in the game, they are going to copy them because it makes them look so clean, and one of those skins was Sparkplug. This is actually Clix's main skin for a really long time in Fortnite, so a lot of people started to use the default style. It has started to drop off quite a bit though. We don't see that many people using it in Chapter 5, and honestly it's nowhere near the popularity of something like Aura. Aura has to be the most tryhard skin from Chapter 1 Season 8. This was such an amazing season in Fortnite. We had so many good skins added in the Battle Pass and the item shop as well, and this is by far one of the best. It is still really popular in Fortnite today. You do see a lot of casual players using it, you see a lot of noob players using it, and a lot of tryhard players using it as well because it fits in with every single playstyle in Fortnite. We actually had two styles for this when it was first added to the game, which was the default style and then a hooded edit style of Aura, but as we move throughout Fortnite, they actually introduced another green and gold edit style in Chapter 3, which just made it even better. That takes us to Chapter 1 Season 9, guys, and we have to include the John Wick skin. We obviously talked about the Reaper in Chapter 1 Season 3, but in Chapter 1 Season 9, John Wick was by far the best. We actually saw a bunch of amazing male skins added to the game towards the end of Chapter 1, and they did start to gain a lot of popularity, but also we saw a bunch of pros and streamers actually preferring to use the male skins in Fortnite, and that included the John Wick skin. This actually became quite popular in the pro community, with a lot of pros and streamers using this in some of the biggest tournaments in the world, and that really helped it become a lot more popular. In Chapter 5 Season 1, we just got two more edit styles for this added as well, which honestly just makes this even better. I feel like it is definitely a skin you guys need to buy today, and you're going to absolutely love it. There is one male skin that was added in Chapter 1 though that is going to be even better than this, and that was the Psycho Bandit. This was added in the last season of Fortnite in Chapter 1, which was Chapter 1 Season X. I feel like this took male skins to a whole nother level. We really started getting more and more crossover skins added towards the end of this chapter as well, and the Psycho Bandit had to be one of the best ones. It just looks so clean. You did have to spend around $40 in order to get it though, and that was part of the Borderlands collab, but I still really like this skin, and even though it hasn't returned to the store in a while, I have no doubt that if this does come back to the store in the future, it will become one of the most popular and tryhard skins in the game. But finally guys, we move into Chapter 2 of Fortnite, and for Chapter 2 Season 1, we're going with the Chaos Agent. I feel like Chapter 2 Season 1 really took skin design to another level. There are some absolutely incredible skins added during this season, and the Chaos Agent has to be the best one. This is actually one of the most tryhard male skins we have ever seen. It isn't really too popular in Fortnite today just because we have had so many other skins added to the game since then, but the Chaos Agent was always incredible. We actually have two different styles for this as well. This skin has been remixed a lot of times now in Fortnite as well, which just shows you guys how good this actually is, but I still feel like the original style is the best one. We then move into one of my favorite seasons of Fortnite, and the best skin has to be Siren. This was by far the sweatiest skin in Chapter 2 Season 2, but this was a really difficult season to pick from. We obviously had skins like Midas also added in Chapter 2 Season 2, and you guys know know how tryhard that skin ended up becoming. I'm a huge fan of this though. I love Siren, and it is still really sweaty in Fortnite today. We just got a brand new style added at the start of Chapter 5, which just improved how good this actually was, so I feel like a lot of people have started to use this skin once again. Moving on to Chapter 2 Season 3, guys, we're going with the Surf Witch. The Surf Witch is one of the most incredible Fortnite skins we have ever seen. It was originally designed as a summer skin in Fortnite, and you can pick this up for 1,200 V-Bucks. There are a bunch of summer skins in Fortnite that have really been underwhelming. They don't really get that much popularity, but Surf Witch really took this to another level. It was sort of a redesign of Haze, which never really got the popularity that it deserved. I thought that skin was quite clean, but Surf Witch is a lot better, and the popularity shows that. I feel like this really got overlooked though in Chapter 2 Season 4 because we moved into a complete Marvel season, and the best skin during that has to be the superhero skins. Even though we got an entire Marvel season, none of the Marvel skins really became that popular or tryhard, apart from one, and that was Jennifer Walters. This was the sweatiest Marvel skin we have ever seen. It seemed like every single pro and streamer that was playing the game at this point was using this skin, and that was pretty much until the superhero skins got introduced. As soon as the superhero skins got introduced, everyone loved them and started using them, and they have pretty much kept the same popularity and sweatiness in today's season, which is Chapter 5 Season 1. But before we move into skins of today, guys, let's move back to Chapter 2 Season 5, and we're going with the Gingerbread Raider. Chapter 2 Season 5 was a really interesting time in Fortnite. Obviously, we just moved past an entire Marvel season, and then we moved into a crossover season in Fortnite with so many amazing collab skins being added to the game. What I loved about this though was that we also got a bunch of reskins for some of the best Fortnite skins of all time, and the Gingerbread Raider is a perfect example of this. They obviously had the Renegade Raider, which is one of the best skins of all time, and redesigned this into the Gingerbread Raider. I thought this was really clean. It isn't that popular in Fortnite today because not that many people are using it, but I still really like it and had to include it on this list. We then move quickly into Chapter 2 Season 6, guys, and the sweatiest skin has to be Lara Croft. I mean, this is still one of the most tryhard skins in Fortnite today, so it makes sense that it was also one of the most tryhard skins when it was first added. This is a Battle Pass skin, so it is never going to be introduced to the store again, but I feel like what makes this even more interesting is that it wasn't that popular during Chapter 2 Season 6. It actually became more popular once that season ended. We haven't really seen this with any other Battle Pass skins apart from maybe Midas, but that has pretty much completely dropped off in Fortnite today. Back during Chapter 2 Season 6 though, and of course every other season after that, it seemed like Lara Croft only became more and more popular, which is really interesting. Let's move on though to Chapter 2 Season 7, guys, and we have Incinerator Kuno. Incinerator Kuno is a reskin of Kuno, and this is an even better style. You did have to buy this in a bundle, so it did set you back around $10, but I'm still a huge fan of this. We don't really have too many lava or magma themed skins in the game that did end up becoming quite popular, but Incinerator Kuno is by far one of the best ones, and I just had to include it. I've been using this quite a bit in Chapter 5. A few pros and streamers do end up using this occasionally as well, so hopefully if this does get added back to the store soon, we can see more and more people using it, but I just don't know if it's ever going to be added back. One skin that definitely won't be added back though is Charlotte. This is the sweatiest skin that was added in Chapter 2 Season 8. We actually had a bunch of speculation in this that we were going to be getting a Chapter 2 Season 9 and Chapter 2 Season 10, but Fortnite moved very quickly into Chapter 3. I still really liked Charlotte though. I feel like it was a little bit overlooked by the fact that we were moving into a brand new chapter of Fortnite, and now we are pretty much at the point where no one is using this skin. They have actually redesigned this and added in a few other styles for Charlotte over the last few seasons, but I feel like the original Charlotte was still the best. But as we moved into Chapter 3 Season 1, guys, the best skin that was added that season has to be Boba Fett. Now, it might be a little bit weird that I'm considering this to be the sweatiest skin, but honestly, I feel like there weren't that many amazing skins added during this season. A few pros and streamers did sort of use this as a meme skin in competitive tournaments, but I feel like it actually got to the point where it did become quite tryhard. I'm still a huge fan of this skin. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Star Wars, so I was always going to like whatever Star Wars item items they added to the game, but Boba Fett is just one of the coolest. I would have loved to see an edit style from the original movies of Boba Fett as well, where there is a bit more wear and tear on his uniform or his outfit. I feel like that would have been really clean, but that might actually be something that they do introduce in the future. We also got a bunch of other collabs added in Chapter 3 as well, so this is really just the beginning, and the best example of this is our next skin, and this is the Moon Knight. In Chapter 3 Season 2, the Moon Knight was by far the best skin. I love the design of this. We had a bunch of Marvel skins that were added to the game during this season, and Moon Knight was definitely the best. A few pros and streamers actually used this in tournaments as well, which definitely helped it become quite tryhard. I feel like Mr. Savage was using this a bunch, and that really contributed to how good this became. There are so many styles for this skin though, but the one that you guys want to use is the one that you are seeing on screen right now, where he's wearing a suit. I feel like this is by far the best, and if I'm being honest, I feel like this is one of my favorite Marvel skins of all time. If you guys don't want to use a collab or a Marvel skin though, then during Chapter 3 Season 3, we actually got Loveless added to the game. What is really interesting about Loveless is that this is one of the only Fortnite crew skins we are talking about on this list. Usually a lot of Fortnite crew skins don't end up becoming that tryhard or sweaty at all, but I feel like Loveless actually did become quite tryhard. This is a redesign of the Wildcard skin, but made as a female variant. I feel like a lot of people loved Wildcard so much that when this was announced, a lot of people knew that they were going to use it straight away, and this has probably also been one of the most popular Fortnite crew skins we have ever seen. It is just so well designed. There aren't really that many styles for it, but obviously we weren't getting that many styles for Fortnite crew skins back then, but I still feel like this is really sick, and it is only going to get more and more rare as well, because Fortnite crew skins never really return to the game once that month has ended. As we move into the final season of Chapter 3, guys, Chapter 3 Season 4, we are actually going with the Agency Renegades bundle. I feel like there were some other amazing skins added that season, but the Agency Renegades bundle was by far the best. This bundle is absolutely incredible. You do have to spend around $20 in order to get it, but not only do you get Shady's 80 and Spycatcher Siren, there are also a bunch of other amazing items in this as well, which just made it even better. Obviously, I understand that bundles don't really become that tryhard in Fortnite because they are some of the more expensive items, but if you are going to buy a bundle today, then the Agency Renegades bundle would have to be one of the best, and of course, one of the sweatiest ones as well. We then moved quickly into Chapter 4 Season 1, guys, and the best skin has to be Hannah. This is actually a highly customizable skin. We have had a bunch of highly customizable skins added to Fortnite in the past, but Hannah was one of the coolest. What is really exciting about this is that you pay 1,500 V-Bucks and basically get 8 different edit styles for this skin. What they've done is introduce different color variants where you can change around the glowing effect of this. You can also take the helmet on or off as well, which just made it even better. I feel like this did get overlooked though, because we have the superhero skins now in the game, and they have just been so popular and tryhard for a really long time that no one really cares about the other highly customizable skins in Fortnite. That takes us though, guys, to Chapter 4 Season 2, and we're going with Combat Tech Jewels. Now, this is really interesting because this is also a reskin of the official Jewel skin that was added to the game during Chapter 2 Season 3 as the Battle Pass skin. Even though it wasn't the Tier 100 Battle Pass skin, it was actually one of the more popular Battle Pass skins we had seen in the game at that point, and I really loved the design of this. Combat Tech Jewels though was a little bit cooler. It only has one style, which is probably the downside for this. I feel like if they did add in some more styles, then it would become a lot more tryhard in the game today, but that could always be something that happens in the future. It is still really clean though. It doesn't feature in the store that often either, which again is another downside for this, but I feel like there just weren't that many items that were being added to the game that season. During Chapter 4 Season 3 though, Fortnite did put a little bit more focus on creating some new and exciting skins, and the Chaos Explorer was one of the coolest. I feel like this was the sweatiest skin added to the game that season. You could also pick this up for only 800 V-Bucks, which made it even better, but I feel like Fortnite could have honestly just added this as an edit style for the Chaos Agent. It is one of the best reskins that I feel like we have seen in the game in a really long time. We do also have the double Chaos Agent, but the Chaos Explorer is just a better version of that. I feel like the Chaos Agent had a really clean design, and the Chaos Explorer just took it to another level and made it even cheaper, which is so sick. I feel like it was overshadowed by the next season of Fortnite, guys, and in Chapter 4 Season 4, we ended up getting Caper as the best skin. In Chapter 4 Season 4, there were a bunch of other really clean skins added to the game, but we finally had Caper added, and people had been waiting for such a long time to finally finally get this, that it just became one of the best skins of all time. Again, it is another highly customizable skin. This has probably been the second most popular highly customizable skin we have ever seen, but it has started to drop off a lot now as we move towards the end of Chapter 5 Season 1. You could really customize this in a unique way though. You could change around the colors for this, you could add little graffiti stickers and emotes from your locker onto these skins as well, which just added a level of customization that we hadn't seen before. I thought that was really clean, but as I said guys, this has now dropped off quite a bit. But one skin that hasn't dropped off yet is 11. This is added to the game in Chapter 4 Season 5 or Season OG. This is one of the most anticipated seasons of all time. It was one of the best updates we'd seen as well, and basically brought a lot of players back to the game because it returned us to Chapter 1 Season 1. I think that was so sick. It was really cool to get a bunch of old weapons added back to the game, and of course we had a battle pass with a bunch of mashed up skins, which was really clean. I feel like we could have also included Renegade Lynx or any of the other skins from that battle pass, but 11 was definitely the coolest. We have seen a few pros and streamers starting to use this as well, which is only going to make it more and more tryhard in the future. But we need to move on to the current season of Fortnite guys, Chapter 5 Season 1, and we're going with Reverie. Reverie has to be the sweatiest skin added this season, and it is actually the starter pack skin as well. You can pick this up for only $5, but once Chapter 5 Season 1 ends in only a few weeks time, this is never going to be available again. There are two styles for this, but they are pretty much identical. The colors are the exact same. The only difference is that you take a hat on or off. I feel like they could have added in some other colors for this, but that didn't happen. So I feel like if Fortnite did add some color variants for this, that would make it a lot better, and definitely one of the sweatiest starter pack skins we have ever seen. And obviously, since Chapter 5 Season 1 hasn't actually ended, there could be some better skins that do get added over the next few weeks that overtake Reverie, but for right now, this has to be the sweatiest skin this season. But there you guys go, that is my video talking about the sweatiest Fortnite skin from every season in Fortnite. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to let me know which season is your favorite in the comments down below, and click on the video on your screen now.